Good morning, it's Thursday. Welcome to the marathon. My name's Mare. It's a little bit later than I normally start vlogging. It's 10 a.m. I've already done my client work and I've just finished editing the video that'll go up tonight. And I don't know if you watched it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet. Hopefully you've already seen it. But I just have to show you some of the bloopers at the end. Oh my gosh. This is just how the video ends. Just me living my best life listening to Men in Black. So hopefully you caught it at the end. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet. Gotta work on that. But I had plans with Amber Lee today and she unfortunately had to cancel. So I have, ooh, oh my God, I'm so sore today. Wow, that was a real life get up right there. Hello. So I have an extra like 2.5 hours that I wasn't expecting today, which never a bad thing. Oh my gosh, I'm so sore today. I guess I could take these off. I'm not on my computer. Just coming downstairs to get myself a cup of coffee. I haven't made coffee in quite a few days actually. I was trying to see whether it was making me more anxious. Oh, take a shot at 10 a.m. So we'll see how the experiment goes today as I make it. Usually we have like 1 or maybe 2 cups a day. Any of you had that realization? Like part of me just doesn't want to admit to it. Got my unsweetened cashew milk I put in my coffee. And today I put some cinnamon in the grounds before I brewed it. Oh, it's very pale coffee. Let's see if this is gonna be any good. Oh, it's very weak. Tasty though, actually. That's cinnamon. Cinnamon is a great way to make it flavored or sweet with 0 calories. Okay, I'm gonna show you something super exciting in my house. And the reason why I am so sore today. So a few things. Thank you so much to everyone who weighed in the other day on my Facebook page. I have wanted to get a piece of exercise equipment forever. When I was little, I always thought if I could have a treadmill in my house, like, ooh, that'd be real like adult and fancy. And I don't know where that came from. And I have felt this for a few years that, well, basically once I had Thomas, like, or once he was out of the stroller, because when he was in the stroller, I walked everywhere, we'd go on huge walks, he loved it, and I really like missed those days, because he would get fresh air and I would get really good exercise. We do go on walks, not as much as we should, and also I'm not getting any exercise, really. It's like very slow 7-year-old walking. But so I've been thinking about getting a piece of exercise equipment, and so many people in my life were super negative about it. They're like, you'll never use it. It'll just be a clothes drying rack. It's a waste of your money. Like, don't do it. And they're like, you go to the gym, like, what's the big deal? But I go to spin 2 to 3 times a week, which is awesome. But the other days of the week, sometimes I just want to walk. And I had hoped at one point last year to start running, but it really hurt my foot. And I thought, well, maybe I'll get a treadmill, I'll start walking, and maybe my foot will become accustomed to it. Anyway, so I posted this on Facebook 2 days ago saying, like, be honest with me, is this a ridiculous waste of my money, or do you actually use your treadmill? And yeah, there were some people who were like, no, you'll never use it. Like, it'll just be a clothes drying rack. But then there were some of you who were super supportive saying like, you're already committed to the gym. You really want this. Why don't you just try it? Which was really nice. And then Allison, who's a marathoner, I want to give you a huge thank you and a huge shout out because she commented, be super careful if you get a treadmill because of your plantar fasciitis, maybe you should look at getting an elliptical. And I had never even considered that. So I Googled it. Sure enough, an elliptical is way better for your joints, way better for your feet. I was like, huh, okay, well, I'm not a huge fan of the elliptical, but if it's not gonna hurt my foot, that's great. Cut to another marathoner named Michelle. She messaged me and said, I have an elliptical, you want it for free? So let me show you my new elliptical, thanks to, well, you guys, basically. And then if you saw yesterday's video, my friend Andrew, he helped me pick it up and we brought it downstairs and I used it last night and that is why I'm hobbled. I was worried that it wouldn't be a good enough workout. I was only on setting 2 and like 5 minutes in, I was like, am I gonna be able to do a half hour? I did self high five and it's a great workout. So let me show you. This is maybe not exciting for any of you, but this is really exciting for me. So I love that it fits like here. It's super light. I can move it. Like Thomas never plays here. We always just like play on the couch or play upstairs. But it fits. I could watch the TV. I started watching Dumplin' on Netflix yesterday. And it's battery operated. It's super nice. I'm so freaking grateful. I had the biggest smile on my face yesterday, looking in the mirror, just like, I can't believe this has happened. So this is my new elliptical. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you to everyone who encouraged me to get it. I had some friends message me and say like, get it, girl, like why not? My old trainer even offered to come help me set it up and teach me how to use it. I think I'm gonna get a mat for underneath it. Feeling very grateful and encouraged. And it was so good yesterday. I had about 45 minutes before Thomas was gonna be dropped off. And so I did 30 minutes on the elliptical and then I had to shower. Like I was so sweaty. So, yes, take that 2019. The health goals continue. So, feeling a little hobbled, but so excited. Read a chapter of Becoming this morning while I ate my breakfast. I'm on chapter 17 and there's 24. So I set the Mayor Reads Book Club Facebook Live in the group last night for a couple weeks from now so we can all talk about Becoming and get the new book club book pickup, and we can also just catch up. It'll be our first marathoner Facebook Live of the year. Sorry, I'm looking down. I really don't want to spill my coffee. All right, back to the desk, back to it. I did just want to say, my great assistant, Sarah Super Great, she has messaged all of the 12 days of giveaways winners. There's 15 of you because I'm giving away 3 Headspace subscriptions. Please check. We have about 5, I think, who we're still waiting to hear from, and we're gonna set a deadline. And if we don't hear from those people, I'm just gonna pick new winners because I kind of want to just mail all the giveaways in one go, and I would like to do that. I've been getting excited emails from the people who have seen it, which has been really fun. If you sent an email, yay, got your info, got the prizes, but there's still a few who we're waiting on. So she will have replied to you on YouTube. So if you don't know that you can be replied to on YouTube, check it out. Okay, back to me and my ridiculous dancing outtakes. Can I get back to editing? And then I'll check in when something exciting happens. Maybe when I go on the elliptical. I'm in Thomas's room. I don't really ever film in here. One, there's literally rarely anything to show you because it's just his bed. A long time ago, we realized he needed nothing in his room in order to sleep well. Side note, I think I'm gonna do a video on how I've improved Thomas's sleep, just as like a catch-all, because I know it's been a journey and lots of you have been following along on it. But that's beside the point. I just went through his clothes and thought I would show you how many he's grown out of. Look at this pile. Look, like all these jammies, clothes, beautiful shirts. This shirt he wore on the first day of kindergarten and the first day of grade 1 somehow. Obviously too. Like there's just so many great clothes in here. It's like, it's you know, when your kids like barely use it. So many cute little like button ups and shorts and anyway, so just texted a neighbor who has a son. I was like, would you like this? So at least it's going somewhere where I know it'll get used, but man, it's just so many clothes. It's 11:15. I have some more work to do, but I wanted to take a break. I've been enjoying being home and like doing some house stuff, like going through his clothes, and I have some laundry to put away and just tidying-ish, trying to figure out if I can revive the plant that was in my office, you know, exciting things like that. Another day, another salad. Today we've added the Trader Joe's everything but the bagel spice along with dressing, a pickle, and then these are some chicken nuggets that I made last night they're from Gardein. Yep. Gonna dip them in my favorite hummus. Where are you? Oh God, it's on the lid. Where are you? There we are. Ta-da! I am just doing, I guess, cool people will call this meal prep, just cooking some quinoa, because I always just cook the whole box at one time. I usually cook it in veggie broth, but I didn't have any, but I need it for dinner tonight, and I thought, while I have the time right now, she's bubbling away, and I bought a sweater on Instagram. I'd never bought anything on Instagram before for Christmas. It arrived today, so it took almost a month to get here, which is fine. It'll be sharp and ready for the new year, for next Christmas, but I thought I'd give you a sneak peek because it's so freaking awesome. This is it. I guarantee you're gonna sing this, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like just the greatest Christmas sweater ever. So that's gonna go down in my Christmas box and for Vlogmas this year. And I also brought this down from my office and cut like a zillion dead leaves off. She's in need of saving. So I'm hoping some light will revive her, and then I'll leave her down here and then get another plant for my office. So 50-50 chance we're gonna save her. I'm disappointed. There's one that's in my basement that gets absolutely no light, and she is thriving. So I might get the same one for my office, or maybe just like some succulents or something, but fingers crossed that one stays. It's a new thing for me to have plants. I have two that Leanne and her mom gave me as housewarming gifts 10 years ago, and they are thriving, but I think only because you basically need to water them when you think of it, which is maybe every month or 6 weeks for me because I'm terrible. Doing better though. Yeah, so I'm gonna eat. I might read my book or watch a little YouTube. That's the updates, friend. That's what I was gonna tell you. I'm really happy that sweatshirt arrived because I was starting to worry, like, did I just spend money and it's never gonna come? But it did. And I'm gonna live in it next Christmas. Like, it's the cutest thing. What was the last thing you and I vlogged? Lunch? Well, went to the radio station, did my work, came home, wasn't feeling hot. I don't know if it was the coffee. I'm scared to say it was the coffee. My period is a-coming, so I don't know, but if it's the coffee, it's gonna be a moment. Anyway, so I laid down and watched the first episode, the pilot of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, which all I've heard is great things about it. It's won a zillion awards. And it's on Amazon Prime, which I never take advantage of the TV on my Amazon Prime subscription. So loved it. It's by the same woman who wrote and produced Gilmore Girls, so it feels magical. And then 10 minutes into the second episode, I got inspired to work. So I just sat on the couch downstairs and worked on my laptop, tippity typed away for an hour, 1 minute till Thomas gets home. And I'm gonna make us dinner, and I wanted to show you what I'm cooking out of. It is this, the Hungry Student Vegan Cookbook from Denise, who's a marathoner. And this was like one of the most thoughtful gifts I got for Christmas this year, because she said, what caught my eye with this book was the easy recipes and small portion sizes. Hopefully there will be some new faves in here when you reach your limit with salads. And I just thought it was so incredibly kind and thoughtful. Like, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know this, but if you haven't, I used to meal prep, no, I used to grocery this is how long it's been since I've done it. I used to grocery shop every Sunday and meal plan our meals for the week. And I try one new recipe a week. So I was like cooking every breakfast, lunch, and dinner all week. And we went out once a week. That's what our little family of 3 did. I was looking back in my Wonderlist app the other day. I hadn't written down a meal. I think since Jeremy passed, I'd written down, I'm gonna guess 10 meals. So in like over a year and a half, you've seen, I eat salads. We buy fake chicken. Like, this was something that I really like beat myself up about a lot after he died. And in therapy, my therapist was like, stop. Like, as long as you and Thomas are eating, you guys have vegetables and fruit. It's not like you're going for fast food 3 times a day, 7 days a week, like enough. So that was helpful and I was able to really let that go. But I do enjoy cooking. It's just kind of sucks to just cook for yourself. Like, to be honest, and like, I know I cook for Thomas too, but it's different when you're not cooking for like your spouse. Like, I love having girlfriends over. I'm always like, do you want to come over and I'll make us dinner? Because I miss that. And honestly, 9 days out of 10, I just don't have the energy. I think I'm getting it back. I cooked when Jared's mom was here and that was super nice. Anyway, long story short, we're making something out of this cookbook tonight. So thanks, Denise. I cried when I read that and like, ooh, emotion out. Like, it was so thoughtful and it just felt like a little nudge of like, okay, girl, we know you like to cook. Here's a simple way to do it. And these recipes, they're vegan, they're healthy, but they're like affordable and they're also small portions and like minimal ingredients. I'm not gonna be by myself cooking for an hour and then sitting alone eating it. So we're making some sort of like vegan fried rice tonight, but instead I have the quinoa that I made for lunch today. At lunch today, not for lunch today. Back in this onesie. Thanks, Aaron and Elizabeth. Every night. Just feels like a hug. I don't sleep in it. I put on my pajamas. This is my like evening wear. Good, great, awesome. Okay, so I'll show this thing. I'm gonna keep the note on it forever. The Hungry Student Vegan Cookbook. Maybe Denise, you can comment below and say where you got it. If I can find it, I'll link it. Thanks, girl. Welcome to my real life. I made the meal. Don't mind the pile of dishes behind me. This is what it looks like. Freaking delicious. Anything that calls for fresh ginger, I'm into it. So instead of using rice, I use the quinoa or the quinoa. Trust me, I know that's not how you say it, but I just think it's funny. And that's all my leftovers. I had 1 bite of it. Would you like to know why? Because this is real mom life. I made Thomas Annie's mac and cheese and just ate half of it. That's life. Yep, so it's delicious. And now I have lunch for tomorrow and the next day, which is exciting because, you know, your girl loves her leftovers. But anyone else just like eat? Like, I was just eating it out of the pot. And then I just ate it out of his bowl, the leftovers that he didn't eat. Hello. Want to tell me what you want?
I want chips.
No chips.
I want corn nuts.
Corn nuts? You can have more corn nuts, sure. Isn't that so awesome? Anyways, I know fellow parents can relate. Like, when Thomas was in the high chair, I swear like 50% of my food was just eaten off the high chair, I swear. So I don't normally do that. And now I'm kind of like, oh, I made all this like delicious vegetable quinoa, but it's good for tomorrow. I'll just tell myself, I was just making lunch. I was just meal prepping as the healthy people do. Nope, I was not. Anything else to tell you, show you? That's the update. Hi. It's 6:30. Thomas went swimming with respite, which is amazing, and did a bunch of work and had a hard work day, so I don't really feel like I need to do a bunch of exercises with him. Oh, I was gonna put on laundry. Thrills and chills. I might take him downstairs and watch Mickey so I can do some stuff on my laptop. Here's a crazy thing. I don't think I've mentioned this in today's video. I thought of it the second I woke up when I saw what the date was, and then I thought about it a little bit, but then it's kind of gone. Today, January 10th, is 14 years since I started my first professional radio job, and that was the job where I met Jer. So the Monday was January 10th, so it would have been 7th. I went in on the 7th to just like meet my boss and do a lap of the station. So the 7th is actually when I met Jer, but the 10th is the day that I started working there. And I remember like a girlfriend of mine had driven up to Prince George with me. It was a 10-hour drive in the snow in the middle of Canadian winter, going up to -35. Like, your nose would freeze. That's how cold it was, like the inside of your nose. That's a sensation you've never felt before. It's a thing. Anyway, I dropped her off at the airport, and I remember sitting in the A&W before my first shift at the radio station and just like crying. Like, I was so far from home, no idea what I had gotten myself into. Like, okay, we're gonna go pretend to be a reporter in a big city, and like, anyways, yeah, that's where I met Jer. Everything, the rest is history. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. I would have been 21. That is bananas. That seems so young now, 21. But I felt like a real adult at 21. I was not. I made some bad choices. Got my first credit card. That was bad news. Anywho, yeah, I was just, yeah, it struck me today. January 10th is always like a real, like, pause to remember. It's pretty crazy. Anywho's, and just like that, we're gonna say goodnight. I put Thomas to bed, and I went and did another 30 minutes on the elliptical, self high five. Yes, I'll be telling you when I do it, just sort of keep myself accountable. And also, I just wanna like squash all the naysayers who said I would never use it. So, love my elliptical. And I watched the second half of Dumplin' on Netflix. I watched the first half yesterday while I was on the elliptical, and then I finished it today. It's so good. If you haven't seen it, it's so cute and just like heartwarming, and I want to text all my friends and tell them to watch it this weekend. So that's what I'm telling you, friend marathoner. Watch Dumplin' on Netflix and then tell me if you watch it. It's so cute. Makes me want to see if there's any Dolly Parton audiobooks or like any interviews with her on any podcasts, because I realized I don't know enough about Dolly Parton, and I bet I should. She seems like a real force to be reckoned with, and there's been a few times in the last like couple of days that her name has come up, and I feel like I should know more about her. Anyway, that's it for today's vlog. Oh, that's elliptical hair, friends. Oh, I'm so happy. Thanks for watching. Lace up, subscribe, become a marathoner. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. I'm feeling so good. Like, so happy that school is back. This week has been fantastically productive, but also like not stressful, no drama. First week of 2019 is kicking off well. Although I was reminded this time last year, my mom was here, and that was super nice too. I miss her. We're gonna Skype this weekend. Anywho, sidebar. Thanks for watching. Lace up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the morning. Bye.